This is part 2 of our check capture thread series. If you missed part 1, you can click on the I button above. So, this position, as you see on the board, is very complex, but our check capture thread theorem will make it easy. As usual, we will start with our check capture thread analysis. Checks in this position is only one, which is knight to d6 check. The captures in the position are e takes on f6, bishop takes on f6, bishop takes on g6, queen takes on b5, and queen takes on a7. And the threats in the position is only queen to b3, which indirectly attacks this bishop. So we will look at all these options one by one. So white here has 7 options as we saw. We will look at them one by one. So the first move we saw was knight to d6 check. It fails to queen takes on d6, pawn takes on d6, and b takes on a4. Black here just has an extra piece. So knight to d6 check is cancelled as it doesn't work. So the moves: bishop takes on f6, bishop takes on g6, queen captures on a7, and queen captures on b5 just don't work, as in all the variations white loses the queen and also the game. So all these 4 moves can't be played as they just win for black. So the sixth option here white had was e takes on f6, and after b takes on a4. I want you to pause this video for a while and found a stunning sequence of moves for black. And those who want to enjoy the show, the move is f takes g7, rook g8, and bishop to f5. So now black here has 4 options: queen takes c4, queen takes f5, knight takes h4, and bishop to a6. We will look at them one by one. So if queen takes on c4, then rook a2 e1 check, queen e6 is the only move, as this bishop and this bishop cover both the squares and this pawn covers f8. So now rook takes, pawn takes, bishop takes, king d7, rook d1, king e7, and after bishop f6, this position is winning for white. So in this position queen takes c4 just loses for black. So the next option is queen takes on f5, knight to d6 check, king d7, and after knight takes on f5, if knight takes on h4 and knight takes on h4, this position is also slightly better for white. So the third option which black here had was knight takes on h4. Then white would play bishop takes on e6. If f takes on e6, then knight d6 check, king e7, and knight takes on b7. So the fourth and very interesting option, which is actually the best move in this position, which black had, was bishop to a6. Then white would continue bishop takes on e6. If f takes on e6, then knight to d6 check, king d7, and knight e4. If black takes on h4, then knight f6 check, king e7, and after knight takes on g8, white here is completely winning. So here black won't take the bishop and take on f1 with bishop takes on f1. So then same knight f6 check, king c7, knight takes on g8 check, knight takes on g8, rook takes on g8, bishop to g3 saving the bishop, king b7, and rook takes f1. This position is also slightly better for black after rook take for white after rook takes on g7. So with this we can conclude that in this position here we can play e takes on f6, as all our calculations are done, and in all the variation white just has a nice game. So the last option which white here had was to play his queen to b3. So black here cannot take b takes on c4, as after queen takes on d7, castles, bishop takes g6, f takes g6, e takes on f6 and g takes on f6. White here is just a whole piece up. So black here has to play knight takes on h4, where white would continue knight d6 check, king f8, queen takes e6, f takes e6, and knight takes on b7. Here, here, this position is also slightly better for white. So, in order to finish this, white here had 7 options to choose his moves from, among which e takes on f6 and queen to b3 are both playable moves, and the rest, all the all the options which we saw are just losing for white. So I hope you learned something valuable and will use the check, capture and threat formula in your game, and it will help you